Hello, tonight I talk about the emotions in vocalizations of Cuniculus paca. We know that according to the context and motivational context that the individuals, the animals vocalizate, they can differ some acoustic parameters. Thus, we can use bioacoustics as a tool to access the welfare of different species. This happens because in a hostile situation, we have negative valence with high and emotional arousal, like during fearful and anxious situations. However, in friendly contexts, we have a positive valence with high emotional arousal. So, we need some experimental situations that trigger different affective states with both emotional valence and emotional arousal to check the association between vocal acoustic parameters with the emotion of the animals. And we use this approach to validate acoustic indicators of animal welfare for Cuniculus paca. Paca's meat is the most appreciated among the neotropical mammals. Because of that, there is nowadays we have increased the number of farms of these species in Brazil, Mexico, and other Latin American countries. Just in Brazil, we have around 200 commercial farms of Cuniculus paca. Each farmer adopts husband practices that considers most appropriate without taking into account animal welfare. Some of them breed in cages, other ones in paddocks. Everyone they breed the way they consider the most adequate. So we intend in this study to analyze the acoustic parameters in the calls emitted by Cuniculus paca in different emotional contexts to validate the use of these the acoustic parameters of this vocalization as non-invasive indicators of welfare for this species. We collect our data in a commercial farm from 54 adult individuals, 36 females and 18 males, all born and raised in captivity and maintained in groups of 1 male and 2 females per pen. The animals were submitted to 5 treatments, 2 control treatments. We consider neutral valence and leather treatment that was during the routine feeding with corn bran and some seasonal fruits. We have a treatment with negative valence and high excitement when the farm clean the pen with a broom. And we have 2 levels of positive valence. The treatment 2 is when we furnish just the corn bran, and the treatment 3 when we offer the mango, that is the species favorite fruit. And we observe each group for 10 minutes per day during 3 consecutive days. And we observe the animals during the feeding time in the afternoon, and the cleaning occurs in the morning, the routine of this farm. During observations, we record all calls emitted using a dictum and video record the animals. And we analyze the 7 acoustic parameters, low frequency, high frequency, and so on, and the duration of different call types. And we use the body movements to evaluate the emotional arousal of the pacas during the production of the vocalizations. We compare the occurrence of the call types using chi-square tests, and we use the dynamics models, dynamics effects models, to evaluate the effect of emotional valence and emotional arousal in the 7 acoustic parameters, one model per parameter. In the models include as fixed factors, the call type, the valence, the arousal level, and interactions between these factors. And we add in these models the identity of the animals nested in their group as a handle factor to control for repeated measurements. We also applied both phone corrections, as we have 7 models, 7 acoustic parameters, 7 models, so we correct this for multiple comparisons. So we recorded 6 call types: bark, roar, snore, growl, chattering, tooth chattering, and cry, totaling around 1,800 calls. However, just bark, roar, and snores were emitted in negative, neutral, and positive valences. So we analyze the linear mix of models, the acoustic parameters, just for these 3 calls. And the tooth chattering occurred only in the negative valence, while cry occurred just during the neutral valence. Pacas emitted more barks, roars, and snores in the negative valence than in the neutral and positive valences. And for the analysis of the acoustic parameters, we verified that 6 of them were affected by the emotional valence. For example, the low frequency decrease from the neutral to the higher positive valence treatment when we go for mango. We also verified the effect of the emotional arousal on the acoustic parameters. So, in conclusion, we verified that some acoustic parameters indeed change according to the emotional states of the pacas. However, the proper emissions of barks, roars, and snores almost occurred in the negative valence and the higher arousal. Thus, the proper emission of these 3 call types can be used as non-invasive welfare indicators to compare husband practices in pacas farm. Thank you for your attention. I would like to thank also our colleagues, Professor Michael Mendo and Elizabeth Paul, and our agencies that funded this study, and also the farm that allow us to collect this data. Thank you.